Okay, the Crosman Legacy 1000. I just wanted to show you the wind of what I was dealing with when I did this test, and I had some really good results even though it was kind of windy. So what I'll do for a lot of you that probably don't know that I have a lot of videos on this rifle so far, I'll just show you a picture of it right here. Crosman Legacy Model 1000, and the scope I got on there is a 6 to 24 power scope, BSA, 1/8 minute of angle. Anyway, yeah, so today I was pumping up this thing 4 times, and I was using the 10.34 grain. Let's see if I can find them here. .34 grain air arms pellet, and it's no mystery why I'm using these, because they're wind fighters. I needed something to fight the wind today, so a pellet that's heavy, a pellet that's long is going to cut through the wind a little bit better. These have a very high ballistic coefficient. They work great, amazingly great, even in some of them low powered air rifles. So this is my 25-yard table, and I'll show you downrange there, that box down there, 25 yards. Now here's the 20-yard table right here. This is for testing the Daisy 840 and some other lower velocity air rifles. Sometimes I'll step to 20 yards first before I go to 25. So let me show you the sheet here, show you how pretty it looks. So here it is right here. So let me tell you something about this again here. Crosman Legacy 1000. This is 25 yards. Pellet was a 10.34 grain air arms. Also JSB has these, just to let you know. We're using 4 pumps, 9X. And before I started this test, I cleaned the barrel and I added like a drop or two to the wiper pad. I do that quite a bit. Not too much. So what we're looking at here is, if you take all 10 shots, because I love doing 10-shot groups, I just like to verify accuracy. It's 1 inch center to center, so from here to here is 1 inch center to center. And if you took 7 of them shots, it's 1/2 inch center to center, and that is really good for 7 shots. From here to here is where all the 7 shots went. So if you're doing a cluster of 10, what you could do is, since the majority of the group is centered, what you could do is go in the center of the group here, and you'll notice that the center of the group from the edges here is about a 1/2 inch. So what you could do is you could move it over a 1/2 inch, or your turret is what I'm talking about, the windage. Move it over a 1/2 inch over here to the left, and then this 10-shot group would end up being printed right around this area. So it'll stay within the 1 inch ring. That's what this ring is right here. That's the 1 inch ring. And then this right in the center here, this is, I think this is a 1/4 inch or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I didn't show the actual shooting video because I wanted to upload these videos faster, but I will be doing live targets and stuff, and usually when I do them, I usually just set up the silhouette animal targets, and I tell you how big they are, and I tell you the details of the rifle, how many pumps, what kind of pellet, and even throw in velocity and things like that sometimes. So, but hope you enjoyed the video. It looks like a big improvement on this shoot here compared to my other one at 25 yards. So, but anyway, I am probably going to try some other match grade pellets like my R10s. I love them. Them 7 grains. Them are good when the wind dies down. You can work miracles with them sometimes at even longer ranges. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Okay, so here's the RWS R10. It's a 7 grain wad cutter, and these are known to be really good for one simple reason, because that skirt right there. What they've done is RWS has made the back part of the skirt really thick which means that the pellet is less likely to get damaged in the back, and that's one of the reasons why it's so accurate and why it's used in competition, is because of that reason. But there are other competition pellets. But these are great wad cutters. They're very clean, very sorted, and the weights are pretty decent for the most part. Here's what the tin looks like right here. These are about $16 for 500. Another good pellet that'll perform, well, about 70% of this one, or 80, depending on what kind of rifle you have, for general plinking would be your RWS Basics. Them are 7 grain also. They don't have the protected skirt in the back like here, but they work really good for general purpose, and sometimes you can get lucky and they'll group like the R10s. The thing with the R10s though is if you compare the Basics to the R10s in a match or something where you're shooting hundreds and hundreds of rounds, more than likely these ones are going to be better because they're sorted, they're weighed, and stuff like that. The Basics don't have as much quality control, but they're still a good pellet though. A lot of people practice with Basics because they're cheaper. They come in at about $8 a tin. These ones are 15, I think, something like that. So anyway, thanks for watching this part of the video. Okay, so here's the wind for the RWS R10 pellet. The reason why I show people the wind is so they know what I'm dealing with. So for 25 yards for the R10 pellet, this is what the wind looks like here. And you can hear it in the background. So it's amazing what some of these pellets can do even in wind conditions. So kind of interesting. Okay, had some interesting results for the 7 grain R10 by RWS. This group right here, that's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to read this off for you. Crosman Legacy 1000. It's 25 yards. The pellet on this one is 7 grain R10. 10 shots is 3/4 inch groups, center to center, 3 pumps, and 9 power. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys too is that whenever you switch from one pellet to the next, you always want to clean your barrel. If you don't clean your barrel, what you could do is, say like if you're switching from the 10.34 to the 7s, fire off a few 7s first before you start, if you can't clean your barrel. But after this, if you clean your barrel and then do this, you'll develop a routine. So once you have a routine, you can predict things. So it really helps to have a routine and stuff like that. But anyway, this spot here was me trying to find out my elevation, so that doesn't count there. But yeah, 10 shots right here, and you can see you got 7 of them going in somewhere in here, which would be about a 1/2 inch or under, something like that. But I figured we just put down 3/4 inch groups. Over here, the reason why I put 7 of them for 1/2 inch, I just wanted to show you 70% of the shots will group at a 1/2 inch. So that is very cool. If we could just work on that, and well, maybe if I fired, like I'm saying, if I fired several sets, that's actually the best way to do it. Like probably do like a few sets of 10 or something like that. Or what's common for most people is doing 5 sets of 5. I think that 5 sets of 5 is a great thing to do, to just get an idea of what a pellet's doing. So like on this one now, for your turret, what you could do, you see my ruler here, since they seem kind of centered already, what you could do with your turret now is you take the center of the group right there, and you put your finger on the center of the group or wherever it is there, and you measure from the center to the center of the target there, and you can see that if we moved it down, oh, I'd say, you know, to that inch mark right there, if we moved it down 1 inch here to here, this group right here would fit real nice right in the center there. So that's the best way to sight in stuff. You never want to sight in a rifle based off one shot. The only time it's necessary to sight in a rifle based on one shot is if you have perfect hole-in-hole accuracy. If you're shooting pellets all through the same hole, then you can go ahead and start making your click values. But whenever you have a little bit of scattered accuracy, you're best to fire a group first and then take the group, whatever the center is, and then move that group down. That's the best way to do it. And that's one of the ways you can sight in for instance, like a Daisy 840 that gets 3-inch groups at 25 yards for 10 shots. It's always going to be, you know, pretty wide. So what you want to do is just take the main cluster, keep it somewhere around that black dot there, and then when you're smoking cans at 25 yards with the Daisy 840, you'll be able to hit the can, you know, quite a few times. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys.